Yo, welcome to the Otis Julius Show, episode 2. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching this episode. Thank you for watching the previous episode. It was my first episode, and just trying to get this idea and concept together. So, yeah, here we are, episode 2. If you're watching this video, please like it, please comment. Feel free to shoot me a message. I would love to have some input on this. I'm just figuring this out as I go. So I really appreciate it. Episode 2, brought to you by Rhythmic Records. They're a record label based out of maybe southern Kansas, maybe northern Oklahoma, just kind of depending on what's going on with them. They have booked me before. They booked me on the If I Can Do It, Then You Can Do It tour. I believe I met those guys on the Totally Rad 90s Party tour, I think is whenever I ran into them. Anyway, they're a record label. They are kind of paving their own way in that southern Kansas, northern Oklahoma area. Really nice people. They've always been very good to me. And make sure you check them out and support them because they're supporting me and they are sponsoring this episode. So let's dive in to episode 2. All right, so a lot has happened. Like I mentioned last time, we're getting ready to go on tour with Chris Webby. Jaron Benton is going to be on that as well, and Whitney Payton. It's going to be an amazing tour. Like I mentioned, I'm going to have new merch, and I'm ready to show it to you guys, I think. I've got at least 2 new designs. I might have a third one in the making. I'm not sure yet, but check it out. Here it is. Yeah, I'm stoked about it. The Transformer shirt right here, it says Optimus Prime instead of Optimus Prime. I worked with Jason Bob out of Omaha, Nebraska on this design. I kind of gave him my concept, kind of gave him a couple sample images, and he came up with this amazing image, and I think it's going to be an amazing shirt that sells really well. Let me know if you want one. Also, just let me know if you like the design or not. I got to figure out how many of these to order. And then my second design, I got to show you guys right now, is the OG Mullet Mania shirt that's been transformed into a zombie. We're bringing it back to life. I said it was sold out, never printing again. It's coming back to life, this time in the form of a zombie, just in time for these Halloween shows with Chris Webby. So, yeah, stoked to be back out on the road. One more piece of Otis news is, I've told you guys I'm working on a new song. Well, I got the feature back for that song, and man, it's really cool. I think this song is going to be really fancy, really special. And yeah, I think this week we're going to go in and get the mixing done, and then it'll be out to mastering, and we're actually on time. I do have an idea what I'm going to do for the cover art, but that's not for sure going to happen yet. That's one of the last things in my process. But yeah, that kind of wraps up Otis news. Just a quick recap. Tour with Chris Webby, Whitney Payton, and Jaron Benton, and myself, Otis Julius. It's going to be rad. A bunch of Midwest dates, all leading up to a Halloween show. It's going to be amazing. I'm super stoked about it. Some markets I've done really well in the past, and some markets I've never played before. So stoked to be back out on the road. It can come soon enough. I'm starting to feel a little bit behind, but we're going to get there for sure. So some of the feedback I got from episode 1 was that maybe I should try having my tour story towards the beginning of the episode and not towards the end. So I'm going to flip that around and see how it flows this time. We're going to try throwing my tour story out front, and here it is. All right, so as I mentioned previously, a lot of these stories are funny at other people's expenses, and I'm just going to leave out names and say thank you for being funny because it's made my life better. So that being said, all right, so I'm still very involved with booking shows and booking locals. I was booking one show without Straw. I was trying to find some locals for this show to help really make this a great night. And I actually got hit up by somebody, and I'm always really excited when somebody hits me up instead of the other way around, because I'm just like, oh, this show maybe has a little bit of buzz and people want to play this show. And so I got hit up by this local rapper. I think he was from the next town over. I don't remember. But he was just like, yo, I've got this viral video. I really would like to come play this show. It's got like 500,000 views. Like, can you put me on the show? And I'm like, yo, dude, that sounds super dope. And in my mind, I know that viral moments, viral videos, viral songs do not equate to tickets sold. That's just kind of a well-known fact in the industry. Some people try to pass it off as something fake or something that really adds value, and it doesn't. It doesn't mean tickets sold. And when I'm booking shows, that's the type of thing that I'm looking for. But anyway, this dude hit me up. He was excited to play the show, so I was like, you know what? He's telling me he's going to bring out, like, I think he told me he was going to bring, like, 30 or 40 people to the show. He's got this, like, 500,000 view video. And I'm like, dope, okay, cool. Send me the video, homie. And he sends me a link to the video, and I open it up, and I'm like, yo, you sent the wrong video. This is, like, a court case, like kind of like a Judge Judy. It was some no-name court. I don't remember what court it was, but some like judge show I'd never heard of. And I was like, yo, you sent me the wrong link. Send me that video. He's like, no, that's the link. I was just like, what do you mean that's the link? He's like, yeah, it was on this court case. I was like, okay. So you're telling me that this viral court case video is going to help add value to you playing this show? And he's like, dude, I got you. I'm going to bring like 30, 40 people to the show. Like, trust me on this. I was like, you know what? You're excited about it. Let's do it, man. Let's have a great night. And so whenever I do my booking, you know, I set these follow-up schedules that are kind of like 2 months I follow up, a month, then like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I'm just like, yo, making sure everybody's good, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And anyway, this dude, the whole time he's talking big, like, oh yeah, I got this, these people are coming. Day of show shows up, and he's got like every excuse in the world. He shows up late. He goes on, does his set, didn't bring anybody, and then bounces. He just leaves. It was hilarious. During his set, he says something like, oh, what, I can't get no love here? Because the dance floor, like the up front of the stage, was just empty because he didn't bring nobody. Nobody knew who he was. Nobody was interested. And, yeah, man, it was just super, like, it was irritating at the time. Now I can look back and see the funniness of that, like the humor in it. So, homie, that was not good business. However, it gave me a good laughing memory and something I could share with other people. So I hope you are doing well. I don't know if you'll see this or not. I have no clue if you're still connected to me on socials or anything like that. But thank you for bringing this little bit of joy and for giving me a story. I appreciate it, man. I hope you're doing well. All right, let's get into my branding tip of the day. My branding tip for today is be the face of your company. Now, that's not always possible, but if you're really passionate about what you're doing, no better spokesman than yourself. I'm the face of Otis Julius, and yeah, you should be the face of whatever you're doing. Now, I understand that, like, maybe you're creating a makeup company, and then you look at, like, you know, maybe the Kardashians, they're the face of their makeup company, but not every major brand has, like, the face of their company. And so I believe, especially whenever you're starting something, every brand should have a story. There's a whole story to tell about Otis Julius, and I can sit there and tell you about so many things going on in my life, past, present, etc. And yeah, being the face of your brand, having a story, something people can hear about, something they can ask questions about, something maybe they can relate to, a way that they can be involved, that goes so far with branding. I used to rap under a different name, Big O, and I toured with a backing band, and it was like the group of the band made it a little bit hard for the branding for me. When I rebranded to Otis Julius, and Otis Julius was all me, like, it just made things so much more clear. People would be like, yo, are you Big O or is Big O the band? I'd be like, I don't know. I didn't really think this through, you know? And so, yeah, be the face of your company. All right, we're going to move right along into the tour tip. Touring is, like I said in the last episode, its whole own world, and being flexible goes so far with everybody, especially whenever you're not the headliner. So many times in my career, I've been on these really cool shows, been on these really cool tours, and I'm not the headliner, I'm the opener, and being flexible is an absolute must. You may be told, hey, your sound check will be at 5 p.m. and you're there at 5, you're there at 4:30 loaded in, ready to sound check at 5. And then everything in the world except for your sound check is going on. And they're like, yo, we need to bump your sound check to 6. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can make that happen. And then, I start working on something else, and 5:15 comes around. They're like, hey, Otis, can you sound check real fast? I'm like, yo. But my answer is always like, yes, I can do that, because being flexible goes so far, especially whenever it comes to making relationships and helping the team group effort come together. Along with being flexible, being helpful is super important too. A really good example I can share from that is I recently played Denver, Colorado with Mercules, and the show was amazing. We played, I think it's called the Bluebird Theater. I think somebody from Denver will have to let me know if that's the name of the venue in Denver. But anyway, it was a really cool show, great show. Probably 400 people came out. I got there for load in, got all my stuff in. Over kind of just to the side of the merch area is where the venue stores all of their trash cans. After like a night, they clean up and put all the trash cans in one area. Well, while I was loading in, while I was setting up my merch, I see that there's just maybe 1 or 2 venue employees that are trying to pack out something like probably 50 trash cans to place all throughout the venue. And they had to come around this railing and pick up 1 trash can, take it to wherever it was going, and drop it off. And I was like, man, that seems like a lot of work. So I stopped what I was doing, and I just started picking up trash cans and putting it over the railing, so it eliminated a lot of walking for them. And it made their jobs easier. They got to be able to relax a little bit before doors open. And it just created this team environment. And, I was doing that to be a good guy, a nice guy, helpful. But so many people at the venue saw that or heard about it that was like not intentional for me. And the venue owner, well, he wasn't the owner. He was like the venue manager for the night, came over. He's like, hey, Otis, like, if you need anything tonight, like, here's my number. Just give me a text and I'll have one of my guys run it out. And so I did hit him up for a couple things, and they were just super nice, super helpful. At one time I went over and went to grab a drink of orange juice from the bar. And the bartender was just like, yo, that was a great set. You seem like a really awesome guy. I really appreciate you helping out earlier. Like, anything you want to drink tonight's on the house. I'm like, yo, I'm 100% sober, but that's really nice of you. And he was just like, let me make you like a cool sober cocktail. And I was like, yeah, that sounds dope. So he made me a little fancy drink, didn't charge me for it. And yeah, things like that go so far. People don't really understand that. And like, yeah, be flexible, be helpful. Remember, your time is your time on stage. And even then, it should be helping the night get to the headliner. But all the rest of the time, the more flexible you are to make everything run smoothly through the night, it's money that way, man. That's for sure. Being flexible is sometimes a little bit frustrating, but overall, I mean, I can tell you many stories on how that's helped me. So yeah, that's the tour tip. So we're going to do a quick recap right here. Tour tip, be helpful, be flexible. And our branding tip is be the face of your company, create a story or an image that people can follow. Hope that's helpful. All right, let's hop into the lyric breakdown. Today we're going to go over If I Can Do It, Then You Can Do It, which is indeed the title track from my newest album. Actually, I don't know if title track means it's the first track or it's just like what the album is named after. Because it is not, oh man, I got it right here. I don't think it's the first track. No, it's in fact the last track on the album. You like my CD stand thing? I made it out of Lego. That's pretty dope. It's the last track on the album. I don't know if it's the title track or not, but it's also the name of the album. So I hope that clears up some weird stuff. But anyway, if I can do it, then you can do it. And the song starts out,
nothing is special about me except my drive and my need to succeed in this industry. See, I've been working real hard, didn't have a lot of talent. If you heard my first mixtape, you wouldn't doubt it. But I doubled down, kept practicing, trying to figure how to turn these L's into wins. Now I step back, look at everything I've done. Whoa, look at what I've done. I done been around the world, I just work for myself. I done found a good girl, but let me tell you what else. I walked straight into circumstances, stood on my feet, and I done fought real hard, and I ain't tasted defeat. Yeah, I done tripped and fell, but I have always gotten up. Some things slow me down, but I ain't ever giving up. Push hard, dig deep, always up, and this ain't just me, let me tell you what.
and I just love the instrumental on this. It kind of transforms me into like this Mr. Rogers Neighborhood area, really nice piano. And it comes in and I start out and I just open up. Nothing is special about me except my drive and my need to succeed in this industry. And it's just like, boom, there it is. And I truly believe that, man. Like, if I can do it, then you can do it. There's nothing special about me up here rapping. I am not an excellent rapper. I am not the world's greatest poet or writer. Absolutely not. I will say I'm a really good entertainer. We can talk about that in a different episode. But whenever I say nothing is special about me except my drive and my need to succeed in this industry, like 100% my hard work, my drive, and a lot of other aspects that are non-musical really pushed me to where I am today. And I truly believe that whenever I say nothing is special about me except my drive and my need to succeed in this industry. And I truly believe that you put your head to what you want to do and you can figure it out and go do it. See, I've been working real hard, didn't have a lot of talent. If you heard my first mixtape, you wouldn't doubt it. And it's like so true what I just got done saying. Like, I'm not the greatest rapper in the world. I didn't have a lot of talent. And I double down on that and say, if you heard my first mixtape, I released the Northwest mixtape. So I'm sitting here editing this and I realized it was actually called Long Time Coming. Northwest mixtape was actually kind of a cool little mixtape, but Long Time Coming, that one wasn't it. That was my first. That I did the best that I could to scrub off the internet. Who knows if it's still available somewhere. I know I got some physical copies still, but it is not a great mixtape at all. It's 4 tracks. It was my very first introduction to hip-hop, and I grew so much, and most importantly, I got out there and did it. So if you heard my first mixtape, you wouldn't doubt it. Like, you would agree, this dude was not a great rapper. See, I've been working real hard, didn't have a lot of talent. If you heard my first mixtape, you wouldn't doubt it. Like, yeah, it is all hard work to get to where I'm at. Like, that's the reason I'm here. Not because I'm a great writer or a great rapper. But I doubled down, kept practicing, trying to figure how to turn these L's into wins. And that is just doubling down again. Like the last song, double down twice, and now we're four times in it. But I doubled down, kept practicing. And like, I just kept at my craft. I knew this is what I wanted to do, and I just kept at it, kept learning, kept trying things, working on things, new things, old things, bringing everything together, figuring out how to make things work, kept practicing. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm really grateful that I'm at a point in my career where, like, my wins are more than my L's, my losses. And man, that's just crazy for me to think about and say out loud right now. But trying to figure out how to turn these L's into wins, like now I'm trying to figure out how to turn these wins into bigger wins, you know. And it's just steps. When my career started, it was mostly all losses, and I fought through those, and now I'm here telling you about it. So I think that's really cool. Now I stop, look back, and see what I've done. Whoa, look at what I've done. And that's a line that comes straight from fans coming to me, telling me about how I've changed their lives. You know, I've had fans come up to me and tell me like, yo, I wasn't going to make it through this week, or I just want you to know that last week, you know, I wasn't planning on being here, and I listened to your music or your message, or I remember something you told me, and I'm here. And it's just like, man, that's crazy, because that's way more than me. There's something strong and powerful working in there. That's the power of music, and that's the power of God working through it. And like, yeah, so all that to say, I stopped, look back, and see what I've done. Whoa, look at what I've done. If I can continue to be used to do the things that I have done, like, man, please, because it's been crazy. See, I done been around the world. I just work for myself. I done found a good girl, but let me tell you what else. I think it's and let me tell you what else. How crazy. A DIY hip-hop artist from Idaho, who now lives in LA, has toured internationally, played shows in Asia, played shows in Canada, toured all over the US. Like, how crazy, man. Like, I done been around the world. And on top of all that, yeah, I just work for myself. Like, dang, that's a flex right there. That's really cool. Really, really cool. Now, I want to stop and say working for yourself doesn't always mean you're only working for yourself, because sometimes you can be contracting for people, and there's still somebody you got to answer to in that situation. I've done a lot of contract work inside music, but all that to say, it's not like a regular job where I got to go clock in and work an 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or whatever that is, you know. Like, I just work for myself. I go on to say, I done found a good girl, but let me tell you what else. And that's just a quick shout out to my wife. Like, I caught a good one. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's something real nice and sweet. Everybody say, aww. I walked straight into circumstances, stood on my feet, and I done fought real hard, and I ain't tasted defeat. Like, let's just talk about that, man. I done walked into circumstances. Like, I've put myself in some bad spots, some spots that's hard to win in, and then the world has put me in some spots it's hard to win in. And like, you walk into some circumstances and you take a beating, and if you can stand through it, and at the end of the day stand up and say, I did my best, I did what I was here to do, like, that's amazing. And you know, that's one of the things that I try to be. You know, I don't try to do anything just halfways or like good enough. I'm a big believer, you do it and do it right, you know. So I done walked into circumstances, stood on my feet, and I done fought real hard, and I ain't tasted defeat. And like, there will absolutely be times where you can fail. There will absolutely be times where you don't get things right and you can be wrong. But defeat is the end of the day. Whenever you are done, you quit, you can't do it anymore. And I ain't quit on this yet, man. Like, I ain't tasted defeat. I've been through some hard times, but I'm winning, you know. There's always minor setbacks, but I'm winning big picture, and I think that's dope. That's my mindset when I'm writing that bar right there, and I think that's cool. I don't know. I feel like I say that a lot, and I think I just believe that because I think the things that I write are cool. Like, hey, I did this. That's pretty cool, you know. See, I done tripped and fell, but I have always gotten up. Some things slow me down, but I ain't ever given up. And that's just kind of reiterating what I just got done saying. I probably should have done the two of those together. But, like, yeah, you can fall, get up. Like, keep going, you know. Push hard, dig deep, always up. And this ain't just me, let me tell you what. And that final is like a closing to the verse. Push hard, dig deep, always up. I feel like that kind of constantly resurfaces in my music as I continue to write. And it's just like, push a little harder. And it's like high school football where like you're digging and you're exhausted, you're pushing, and you got to find that last little bit to push hard to get over the hill. And like, man, that's just part of it, you know. Like, push hard, dig deep. I don't know how many times I've thought about quitting or thought, man, I can't do this anymore. I got to be out. And like, then you find that push hard, dig deep, always up, man. Always up doesn't mean sometimes you got to take a break. Doesn't mean sometimes you got to sit down or go backwards a little bit. Those things happen, but always up, big picture, man. As long as your graph is going up and down, it's always climbing, man. That's what we're trying to be doing. So push hard, dig deep, always up. And this ain't just me, let me tell you what. And that right there leads into the hook of the song, which is, if I can do it, then you can do it. And it's not just me, man. It's you too. You, the viewer, you, the listener, you, the employee, you, the fill in the blank, whatever you are. If I can do it, man, then you can do it. And that don't apply to just music. That applies to everything. Like, go out and figure it out. You know, I believe in you. If you want to talk about that, like, shoot me a message. I'm about it, man. I did this, like, motivational tour. I got this If I Can Do It, Then You Can Do It album. And, like, it's motivational, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. So go be the best you. Get motivated to go do something. If you're in a slump or need help, shoot me a message. I'll talk to you about it. Like, let's do it, man. Go watch the music video for that song. Go listen to that song. I'll be performing it on this tour. I'm pretty sure. I haven't got my set list figured out. I should probably do that. Maybe I'll go over that on an episode of this, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Episode 2. I think we're done. This is the outro. We're done. Please leave a comment. Shoot me a message with anything that you guys want to go over. I'm going to need some suggestions. You'll probably see one fun thing I want to do is kind of be changing my desk up a little bit for each episode. I got my cool Lego Pac-Man that flip around right now. I think that's dope. And just some fun little extras on my desk, man. I got this Goosebumps book. It was a gift while I was at the Twisted show in Iowa City, man. I think it's so dope when fans bring me gifts. So if you're thinking about sending me something, do it. It may end up on my table. We'll see. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please give this a like, a comment, a share. Give me the feedback, please. I need the feedback. Much love to everybody watching, and we'll see you next time on the Otis Julius Show.